lot of the interactions with Emma and Ray, like especially
Mhm.
that tower scene when they were having that conversation about Norman's plan, and
Mhm.
basically seeing Ray offer his support to Emma even if he doesn't completely agree with her, and kind of going back what we were saying before, how Ray and Norman kind of switched places where Norman decided to go behind Emma's back this season, where he never would have done that last season. Like, that was more of a Ray move. Like, in season one,
Yeah.
Ray was planning to go behind Emma's back and deceive her, where
Yeah.
in season two, that was reversed, and we
Mm.
saw Ray was the one being more supportive towards Emma.
Mm. Oh, there's an interesting difference where well, actually no, it's not that much of a difference because in a way they're both killing themselves. Like, okay, and I'll have to explain that because Ray wanted to literally kill himself, like emulate it, emulate himself, or however you pronounce that. um, and then uh, Norman, in less of a literal sense, wanted to kill himself. He wanted to kill his innocence by actually like killing someone, by killing the demons. At that point, there was no going back from that.
Right, like,
He was killing a part of himself.
or like Ray killed an old part of himself and became a better person, I guess, where Norman was.
Yeah, Norman was trying to kill an old part of himself and becoming a worse person for it.
Right, and as Emma pointed out, like Emma could see through him and see, like, is this really what you want to do? You're still the same person. You look like a scared little boy to me right now.
Yeah. Well, he was literally a scared little boy with the
You
power
know,
of animation.
you know what I mean.
I know he.
You know what scene I'm referring to.
I know you don't have to put it up. I know. It was a very nice scene. That was a very touching scene. Um, yeah, I think it was that was very well done. And it brings up the question for you. Do you ship Ray and Emma or do you ship Norman and Emma?
Oh,
You
well,
weren't
put me
expecting
on the
that one.
spot. Um, so so here's the thing.
You ship
So
Norman
no,
and Ray.
uh, that's not what I was gonna say. So
Okay.
Norman and so Norman has had a crush on Emma since forever. That's very apparent. And like when he was being shipped out, I think they were
Mhm.
implying that he was in love with her, like not a crush, like he was in love with her, I think.
Yeah.
Like the way they did that scene made me think, okay, it's more than a crush at this point.
Yeah. Oh, that could be interesting. Because I kind of think that their experience outside of the farm between Ray and Emma that they had developed like a kind of relationship as time went on.
Yeah,
So
like
that could
that, like, yeah, I get what you mean, and that does seem like an interesting idea, like, because, you know, when they were younger, Ray kept teasing and making fun of Emma, and also when they were formulating their escape plan in season one, he thought she was crazy, and then, like, like I said, I really do like a lot of their scenes and moments in season two, how he was there to be her support when he wasn't
mm,
previously. So I could definitely see potentially that eventually developing into him having feelings for her.
mm.
Like where Norman
I
has,
yeah.
where the thing is, like, Norman has always liked Emma versus, like, over
Ray
time
and
Ray developed
yeah.
feelings for her. So,
Yeah.
interesting.
It could be a fight later. That's another thing we didn't see. We didn't see them fight over Emma.
Love
That 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 that.
triangle.
Yeah, yeah. He love triangle. Here we come. Poor Emma. Poor Emma just wants to save the world, and now she's got to deal with two of her best friends developing crushes on her.
I mean, do you think
What do
Emma
you?
had a crush on Norman too?
I I don't know. I'm very bad at this, as my life has told, has like for shown.
Hey.
I am very bad at noticing when people have crushes on other people. It goes right over my head. Uh, and not just when someone has a crush on me. When other people have crushes on each other, I'm just like whoop, right over my head. I don't notice at all. I'm just oblivious. um, maybe. I don't know. I kind of would find it funny if one of them confessed their love to her, and she
Or
just
confessed
went,
I
"Of
like
course
you.
I love you." Yeah, and she's like, "Of course I like you. You're my brother."
Yeah.
And you just, and then the entire audience just goes, "Oof." Poor little Nora. Um, I don't know. I kind of imagine not Ray, Emma just kind of being like, "Of course I love you. You're my brother. Look what we've been through together."
Right.
I don't know. I would find that funny. It
I
would
feel
be,
like,
it would be painful in the moment to watch, but it would be funny.
right, like, I feel like during that scene when Norman was being shipped out and it looked like he was going to tell Emma he loved her, like, I feel like Emma, I think Emma was processing what he was trying to say or realized what he was trying to say. I think the deeper meaning behind it, I think she realized. I'd have to double check the
Maybe.
scene, but I feel like I feel like if a scene like that happened, like what you're describing happened, I feel like it would make more sense with Ray because I feel like Emma might know already.
Yeah, no, that's possible. I mean,
I mean, and like Ray knows that Norman has a crush on Emma. Like Norman, like Ray was even like, "Why are you cooperating her? Like, she's being so unreasonable. Why are you going along with this?" And he's like, "Because I like her." So Ray knows that Norman has a crush on Emma.
yeah. Yeah, it's probably not. I just like the when they were for me when they were like surviving together, it came across as they were sort of like the parental figures to everyone else.
Makes sense.
And they're surviving together, and to me it seemed like they were developing a very close, intimate bond.
Right, like there was in the first episode the conversation that they had when at the beginning of the episode when Ray apologized for being uncooperative and being the reason why Emma had to cut her ear off.
Yeah,
And also later on, like when Emma was having those doubts about was bringing everybody in the outside world the right thing. Ray was there to say, "I'm alive because of you. You were just doing the right thing. Like we're all
yeah,
alive because of you." And then later on, like their conversation on top of the tower when they were discussing Norman's plan and Ray basically told her to if this isn't what you want, you need to be honest about it. Like, I don't care if the demons die, but I
what
can
you want to do
see,
is important.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm willing to come to a compromise. And I like the part when he places his hand on her shoulder, like that shot.
hmm
I and like kind of his smile within that one shot. I actually really like that shot.
yeah, it's a very nice one. Because I know what you're referring to. It's the basis of my deciding to ship them. Now, I also like the other thing is like at this point at the point in time like of them surviving together, they think Norman is dead. So it's totally possible for Emma to have like more into the loss of to have understood what Norman was saying had feelings and reflected them. Again, they're still pretty young, so it's like the beginning of like, you know, beginning of like understanding this sort of thing because they're like still really young.
Right.
Um, but like, having understood what he said, reflected them, had felt similarly, but then had to process the fact that he's to her understanding dead, and then finding some sort of peace in that, and then moving on because again this is over the course of a year, and then having some sort of feelings emerge for Ray, and then Norman comes back, and now she's in the love triangle, and now she's just like, sorry, damn it, my swearing habit came back.
I'll cut out the
Sal's so happy with me right now.
I'll cut out the S word, like I don't cut out the word damn, like I cut out F bombs and the S word.
It was
Like
so good.
I feel
It's
like
doing.
I feel like damn's not as bad.
Hey, I won't swear saying this, but I tried when I was younger to stop saying the F word by saying bloody hell instead. I'm not British, but I thought it would work because I thought it would be quirky. I made it a week, and I started saying bloody F in hell. I made it worse. It was worse. I'm sorry. I couldn't get away from it. I didn't even do it on purpose. It was just like one time. Yeah, so if you ever plan on, if anyone in the audience ever plans on like cutting back on your cursing, try something other than replacing it because you'll just end up making your cursing worse and more hilarious.
We should probably get back on topic, like I feel
Oh yeah,
like
we just hightailed it out of the zone of topic.
I feel like we were talking about season 2 and then we were talking about a potential love triangle that may or may not exist in the story. And
I
then we
mean,
started talking about cursing.
there's a very clear progression here. We saw how this developed. It makes sense somehow.
Right.
Uh,
Right. I'm just saying
yeah, we
yeah,
need to get back to
I
the
feel like
point
yeah.
at hand. Um, so I think the second half of the question I originally asked that then led to me asking another question that led us down that entire little rabbit hole was, would you recommend the anime to anyone?